Shine with Kendell, Lenice. Real talk for real people. Let's shine together.
Allow me to introduce myself. Thank you for shining with me first and foremost every week on Shine with Kendell, Lenice. I am a certified transformational life coach, speaker, author, as well as a certified financial coach. Each week I hope to elevate you, educate you, and entertain you with our various guests and various topics here on Shine with Kendell, Lenice. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to tell a friend. And now on to this week's show. Hey everybody, welcome to Shine with Kendell, Lenice. I'm your host, Kendell, Lenice. I'll be right back after our sponsor. Today's show is sponsored by LeniceBoutique.com. Fashion, clothes, accessories, and more. New and consignment treasures for all. It's guilt-free shopping, y'all. LeniceBoutique.com. Where quality cannot be compromised or will not be compromised, no matter what type of item you're looking for. We guarantee quality. However, not all of our items are previously loved. 90% of all items are brand new with and without the tag. Everything is marked so you can clearly know what you're purchasing. Our team hand selects every item to make sure it meets your quality standard. We will not sell anything we wouldn't buy for ourselves. Shop LeniceBoutique.com. Again, guilt-free shopping. Find a gift for yourself and another for a friend. The beautiful thing about LeniceBoutique.com, prices range from $3, yes, $3, y'all, to $99. Shop LeniceBoutique.com, LeniceBoutique.com. And now on to our show. All right. I hope everyone is having a happy Wednesday. It's hump day right in the middle of the week. I hope you're having a great week thus far. Couple of more days until Christmas, and then after Christmas, it's New Year's Eve, then it's New Year's Day 2020. Can you believe we're going into another decade? Wowzer. I want you to reflect over your 2019, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I know in 2019, I've had extreme highs and extreme lows, but I'm going to do a show about 2019 towards the end of the month, probably the last Wednesday of the month. I will be flashing back on 2019. If this is your first time tuning in to Shine with Kendell, Lenice, I'm so glad you dropped on by. I don't know how you found me, but I'm just so glad you did. Pardon me. To all my loyal listeners, thank you so much for returning time and time again and telling your friends and family about Shine. There are some great topics. I think this is show 103. And about 3 weeks ago, I started doing On My Mind. It's 10 minutes or less of me telling you what's on my mind and what has been on my mind that week. I did it on my mind this weekend. It was about my father. My father passed away. The funeral is next week. So say a prayer for my family, y'all. I really appreciate that. He passed away on December 1st, a month and a day right before his 69th birthday. So check out On My Mind. It's just little mini episodes of what's on my mind that week. It's just little episodes in between the Shine with Kendell and Lenice's. All right. So subscribe, listen, and share. Tell your friends and family about my show, my little podcast. The beautiful thing about podcasts are You can catch them from anywhere at any time. Your office, on the treadmill, at home chilling, going for a walk outside, sitting by the ocean or the water, which I love to do. You can just put your headphones in or put it on speaker and listen to Shine with Kendell and Lenice. We got a lot of interesting shows. It's me life coaching, but not just that. I have a lot of amazing guests and a lot of amazing guests that have come through in 2019. So check out past shows from this season and last season. As always, before we get into today's topic, I will go with this week's life note. One moment. All right, it's time for this week's life note. Okay, this week's life note. It's never too late to be who you might have been. That's by George Eliot. It's never too late to be who you might have been. And that flows right into my personal quote. I even have shirts, even sell shirts saying it. It's never too late to remix your life. And you guys know I truly, truly, truly believe that. So this is a great show today. I'm talking about my new ebook, Growth, Glow, and Grace. It's my ebook, and it's a guide to being better, wiser, and more fulfilled. The hardback book will be out in 2020, but don't you fret. You can get my ebook right on Amazon.com. You're going to download the Amazon Kindle app, which is free, and purchase my ebook for only $9.99. Yep, purchase that and get your entire life. It's all about growth, glow, and grace. You want to talk about it? We're going to talk about it today. So I'm all about self-empowerment as a life coach, as a speaker, and an author. I'm all about empowerment, self-empowerment. I used to be a genre, and they still, I think, call it self-help. But I don't like self-help. I like to empower people. So I say self-empowerment. So this is, although I have several books, this is the second book on self-empowerment. And I also have a journal, Waiting in the Wings, my personal journey of peace, journal of peace, journey journal of peace. It's a workbook. That'll be out in 2020 also. And it's available now on demand. So if you're interested and you want it, it's already done. Let me know if you want that journal and I will get it to you. That's available directly through me. And it's amazing. It's a thick journal and you can write in it. It's a workbook. I have prompt questions. I allow you to express yourself. I challenge you. And I also just make you think about your life and think about where you're going. But I have that as well. As I said, 2019 has been a great year and it has been one of my worst years to just be honest. But I will talk about 2019 more on the last show of 2019. All right. So growth, glow, and grace. Before I get into my book, I just want to talk about those 3 words. At first, originally, I had it called the glow up. Because, when you glow up, you change, you grow, you blossom, you do all of that, the glow up. But then I changed it to growth, glow, and grace. Let me just break it down for you. Growth defined is the process of growing, right? Progressive development. Because in life, we all want to grow. We all want to be better. We all want to be better than we were yesterday. At least I hope so. And just as long as we are alive, we're going to grow whether we like it or not. We're going to grow in size and stature, but we're going to also grow mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Hopefully. Typically, that is the goal for most folks. So I think growth is important, and I'm all about growth, and I'm all about healing, and I'm all about development. And sometimes when you grow, it's hard. It hurts. You don't want to do it, but you got to do it. And in this life, we want to always grow, right? I hope so. I do. Even at the age I am right now, at 48 years old, I'm still growing and I'm still learning. I'm telling you, 2019, you better tune in for the last show of 2019 because I'm going to talk about it. I sure am. All right. So glow. What is it to glow? Of course, it's giving that steady light. When you have light surrounding you, you're luminous, you're radiant. That's great energy. When you see somebody glowing, you're like, I don't know, something about you, but you're glowing, or you have that glow. And a lot of times they tell pregnant women that you have that glow, or you're in love. Oh, I see that glow. But when you're free of the opinions of others and you're living the life that you want to live, and you're meditating and cutting out foolishness and toxic people and all of that, you're able to have that glow. It's when you transform and people can see it outwardly. That's what that glow is about. All right, so grace. It's extended kindness to the unworthy. It's God's blessings despite the fact that we don't always deserve it. Who knows about grace? Who has been extended graced? I said graced. It's divine influence. It's all about what God gives you, even if you don't deserve it. That's really what grace is about. So I just want to take a moment and read a little bit of this book. And hopefully you're able right now, just go right now and purchase it. Go to Amazon.com, Growth, Glow, and Grace, a guide to being better, wiser, and more fulfilled. Hashtag growth has a glow. That is the hashtag for the book. And of course, it's by yours truly. All right. So as always, I dedicate every book I do to my daughters because I want them to learn from my life. I want them to learn from my mistakes. I want them to learn from the choices that I've made. And I want them to learn how to be women through my life, through my actions, through my work, and through my life's passion. So every book that I do that surrounds self-empowerment, it's going to always be dedicated to my daughters, initially, first and foremost. But to all my beloved readers, my life continues to play out like a beautiful, sweet sounding symphony. Let me learn how to read. Symphony. That doesn't mean my life is or was perfect. It means that my life and my experiences are necessary for my glow and my growth, and so are yours. Don't worry about your mistakes and your mishaps. We all have been given grace to get back up and begin again. As I always say, growth has a glow and it looks good on you. If you are ready to glow up, then you are ready to be better, wiser, and more fulfilled. Get your glow up on. It's never too late to remix your life. And I want to thank everybody in advance for even being interested in getting the book, or being interested in just wanting to hear what I have to say. So I thank you in advance for investing in you, in the betterment of your life. That's first and foremost. No reader is excluded from the glow. This book is for women, men, and young adults. These pages were written from love I have for each and every reader. I want you to live your best life, shining as brightly as possible. You are a star, so it's time to recognize your shine. If people pull you down and take away your glow, guess what? Let them go. Let them glow. Let them go and let them glow. They can glow somewhere else, right? But not there causing you chaos. So I just want to read the preface of the book. Some people say preface. Some people say preface. Whatever you choose, whatever floats your boat. So glowing up is not limited to women or girls. We all have the innate ability to glow. There is a time in every woman or man's life where growing up is essential for living. It is a rites of passage for every one of us. Everyone's time for growth is different. The ages are different. The situations are different. The tragedies are different. The experiences are different. We all meet our emotional and mental growth spurts at various ages. We grow up at different stages throughout our lifespan. What is growing up? Well, growing up is the day you've come to the realization that the way you've been living your life thus far is not working for you and those around you any longer. It's a defining factor in everyone's life. The day you put on your big girl panties and your big man boxers is your first official day of adulthood. Now, to glow up is totally different. Glowing up is when you begin to shine. You become comfortable in your skin. The awkward look and the mindset that you once carried around is gone. You begin metamorphosing into your true person you've always known you could be. People describe glowing up as in the story of the ugly duckling who graciously turned into a beautiful swan. Glowing up is discovering the light that shines from within. It's the light that shines on the world and those paths you begin to cross. Glowing up is a process that doesn't happen overnight. The more comfortable you are with who you are and the lessons you've learned, the more the glow up becomes evident to those you encounter. Glowing up is a gift to yourself for others. The glow up is universally accepted everywhere. It's not limited to just women. Men glow up daily. When you start here and end up there, that's your glow up. It's all about evolution. As people, we're supposed to evolve to be bigger, better, wiser, stronger. The ugly duckling can become a beautiful swan starting from the inside, which reflects on the outside. You will be able to walk into any room and command attention. Your aura will be intoxicating to everyone within arm's distance. If you're ready to glow differently, then let's shine together, discovering how to make your life abundantly better. That's the preface of the book. And then it goes into much detail about just changing as an adult and growing as an adult and wanting to get better as an adult. Because just because you're 21, it doesn't mean that you're a full-grown adult. It's about your experiences. It's about growth. It's about what builds you, what makes you stronger. And that's why I say it's a guide to being wiser and more fulfilled and being better and more fulfilled. Because that's the personal journey we're all on, right? Is to be better than we were yesterday, to be wiser through our lessons and what we've learned in life. And just to be, it's important. It's important to do that. And with grace is a divine influence which operates in humans to inspire others. So when we have grace, we can inspire others that God is real. That look what happened to me and he exuded grace. We are all often protected from ourselves when we go off and live this life as we see fit, only to realize we were never alone. We have been granted grace as we live our life through our growth, through our glow, and of course our grace to cover us as we start a new journey and co-write new chapters of our ever-evolving stories. So, and I'm not just saying this because I did this, but in my book, I didn't give a table of contents. I gave something differently, but I gave book ingredients. So the ingredients of this book are love, compassion, care, tough love, support, truth, honesty, vulnerability, laughter, candor, time, empathy, consideration, commitment, and pleasure, and other fattening ingredients. The ingredients in this book are meant to feed your mind, body, and spirit. So eat as much as you want. May your awareness get fat and your glow get brighter. So When we come back, I'm just going to take a quick break and play It's You, written by me, performed beautifully by Queen P. It's my love letter to God, and I had to implement that in today's show. You can stream it anywhere music is streamed, but it's really my love letter to God. And, who grants you grace but God? Even when you're not worthy, even when you think you're not worthy, or someone else tells you you're not worthy, God always says you're worthy, right? And that's what grace is, because we know when we got out of certain situations, we did not need that grace. When we acted a fool, God still showed us that grace. So I'm going to take a quick break and play It's You, written by me once again and sung beautifully by Queen P. We'll be right back.
The one who knows my heart. The one who knows my heart. I knew it from the start. When I'm lost, you're my tour guide, the only thing that's right. My candle in the dark, the one who lights the spark. You never keep the score, that's why I wanna praise you more. Why I stand here and say, with you, I'm not alone. With you, I have a home. When I'm hurt, you stop the pain. You love me through the rain. It's you who brings the sun. For me, you are the You're the reason I go on. You're the one who keeps me strong. You hold my hand when I am scared. It's you. Oh, it's you. It's you who makes me calm. You wrap me safely in your arms. It's you who unlocks my door. That's why I wanna praise you more. It's you. I stand here and say, with you, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. With you, I have a home. With you, I have a home. When I'm hurt, you stop the pain. Love me through the rain. Oh, it's you who brings the sun. You bring the sun. Me, you are the who I adore. That's why I praise you more. You tell me when I'm wrong. That's why I bring to you this song, to tell the world about my love as you keep me safe. I wanna glorify your name. One thing I know for sure, it's you.
Did you hear that? Thank you, God. That was me. And sorry about the little hiccup when the song began. That's what happens when you have a live show. Technical difficulties happen, and I don't even get worried about it. I just want to extend that apology to you if you were jamming and you were like, hold up, what had happened? But you can stream that song, It's You by Queen P, where all digital music is sold. You can go to Apple if you have Apple streaming services or anywhere. Just go stream that and get your entire life and give it to God. It's a love letter to God. All right. So if you're just turning in, I think something's wrong with my tongue. I said turning in. You guys got to forgive me when I tell you it's been a rough, I would say, I told you 2019, and I'm going to talk about that towards the end of the year, but it's been a rough month, y'all. I mean, so many life-changing things have happened to me in this last month. It's just amazing. But my father passed, but other things happened too, as if that's not earth-shattering enough. So many other things have happened. I've been going through it, and I'm a positive person. You know, I'm a life coach. I inspire people. I go by the name of Lady Motivator. That's what I do. But your girl was hit hard. And the only thing I know how to do is keep standing. So that's what I'm doing. So I apologize in advance if you have a hiccup, if there's an issue or a problem within this podcast, but I don't believe in not giving the people what they want. Even if it's one person that looks forward to the live shows at 10 p.m. every Wednesday, or you go back and say, hey, you know, what is Kendell talking about on this week's episode of Shine? I don't want to let you all down. So I definitely want to give you a show, and I want to give you a good show. I don't believe in just throwing something together just to say I did it. And hopefully you're not like that either. So again, if you're just tuning in after It's You, I was talking about my new book, Growth, Glow, and Grace, a guide to being better, wiser, and more fulfilled. So, as I told you before the break, my book has ingredients. So, as I told you also that it doesn't have a table of contents, it has a menu. How about that? So, you got your book ingredients, and then you have your menu. So let me tell you what's on the menu. Chapter 1, it's elementary. Chapter 2 is parental guidance. And of course, it's more than meets the eye. So you definitely have to read the book. Chapter 3, define and redefine yourself. Chapter 4, settlement is for real estate, not relationships. Chapter 5, move forward. Chapter 6, focus on your race. 7, don't take it personally. Chapter 8, unfollow and delete. What y'all know about that? And I'm not just talking about on social media, y'all. Sometimes you got to unfollow and delete people in your life. Okay. Chapter 9, hold your tongue. Shut up sometimes. Sometimes that's hard to do. I have been working on shutting up for many years. And sometimes when I think I got it, I just got to talk. But you got to know when to talk and how to talk. And sometimes you just got to hold your tongue. Chapter 10, material madness. Chapter 11, anger can age you. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to get old quicker than I'm supposed to get old. I don't want to be 50 and I look 70. You feel me? Chapter 12, the blessing of rejection. The blessing of rejection. Sometimes we think that something is being held from us because we are rejected, or it's not happening when we want it to happen. But there's a blessing in rejection. So that's chapter 12. Chapter 13, cry it out. I believe in crying it out. There are many, many, many health benefits, physically and emotionally, to crying it out. Holding it in can kill you, literally. Sometimes you just got to let it out. So chapter 13 is about crying it out. Chapter 14 is new norms. When your life changes and you have new norms, what are you going to do? How are you going to grow? How are you going to move forward? Chapter 15 is about checking your ego. Chapter 16, showing up in the world. How do you show up in the world? That's what I talk about. Think about that. And I think that that's an excellent chapter. And I'll tell you where I got that from. Showing up in the world. How do you show up in the world? Chapter 17, if you have to tell people who you are, then you aren't. That's for somebody right now that's listening to my voice. If you got to tell somebody, hey, I'm this, hey, I'm that, or hey, I'm a good person. If you got to tell people you're a good person, you might not be a good person. I'm just saying. Chapter 18, when you retell it, you relive it. All y'all that got drama and got a story to tell, and when you constantly tell somebody, even if they don't want to hear it, about that same dry, tired story and what had happened to you and all of that, you're reliving that. So how are you ever going to let it go if you continue to relive it? All right. Chapter 19, allowing God to choose your mate. My husband and I even did a 3-part series on Shine with Kendell and Lenice. So go back and search for that. Allowing God to choose your mate. We did it together. It's 3 parts to that whole allowing God to choose your mate business, relationship business. Chapter 20, the strong one. I always talk about checking on the strong ones. You got to check on the strong ones because those are the ones that are breaking. I'm just saying. Chapter 21, a blessed mindset. So I just want to read a little bit of chapter 1, and hopefully you all will purchase the book, Growth, Glow, and Grace, a guide to being better, wiser, and more fulfilled, written by yours truly, Kendell Lenice. It's available right now for only $9.99. And the beautiful thing about this book is you can gift it to someone. You can buy yourself a copy and you can buy you a copy. And it's under $20. How cool is that? So go out and try to get you right now. Get you a copy. Get you 1, 2, 3, 4 copies and spread the love. And everybody can have it right on their phone, their iPads, their computers, their tablets, and they can have it for their reading pleasure. And also, I will have the hard book out in 2020. See, with my last book, The Best Gift Ever, A Guide to Loving You, Learning How to Live Your Best Life, which is still available on Amazon.com, and that's the hard book. When I released that book, people were like, well, do you have the e-book version too? Because I want to get the hard copy and I want to also be able to read it, from my iPad. And I said, I've never done an ebook before. So this time I did it in reverse. I did the ebook first, and then I'll do the book version, the hard book, because it's different strokes for different folks. Some people like to have about 17 books on their iPad because it's much lighter than carrying 17 books in a backpack. So some people like that. And I like to read both ways, to be honest with you. I like to hold a book in my hand, but I love to lay in the bed with my iPad and read because it lights up. And you can read or write from your Kindle. If you have a Kindle, you can read right there and you can flip through it and you can read in the dark. And your iPad or your device is lit up so you can still see it. So I like that option. And it's just so many ways that you can get information now. My mom was like, Kendell, what's an ebook? I'm like, electronic book. One of my girlfriends who's 50, which is not that old, she said, well, what is an ebook? It's an electronic book. So I'm telling you, all y'all older seasoned folks, y'all better get with the program and be able to be versatile and be able to switch it up a bit, because that's what it's about. Because if you're somewhere, like I said, and you want to read, you want to be on a train, you're on a train, plane, automobile, and you don't feel like carrying all those heavy books, you can carry one device and read several books. You could have a long flight. You can be on a cruise. You can be on a beach. And a lot of people love to just chill and read on the beach or on vacation. So it's perfect for that. All right, I just want to read some of chapter 1 before we conclude this week's episode of Shine with Kendell and Lenice. All right, let me clear my throat and give me a spot of tea. One moment. Have some lemon ginger tea. I love hot tea. All right, it's elementary. It's chapter 1. Who were you before someone told you who you were? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Experts say that a child's personality is developed by the tender age of 7. The essence of who we are begins at that point. Where you go from there falls in line with who you are as a person, your distinctive personality, life experiences, and how you're nurtured. Think back to when you were in the 1st or 2nd grade. Do you remember who you were as a little person? Some of you may have to think back further than others. Some of you remember where you sat in class and who and what you wore the very first day of school. For those who don't even remember what you had for lunch, allow me to help you a bit. Let's see. You were sitting in class and the teacher takes attendance, calling each name in alphabetical order. He or she gets to your name and the pronunciation is like nothing you've ever heard before. Do you speak up for yourself and timidly let the teacher know that they pronounce your name wrong? Or do you just answer to their way of pronouncing it? Let's go with another. Well, that was my case, by the way. Let's go with another possible memory. Do you remember being extremely helpful or comforting to other children in your class? Did you love helping other children tie their shoe or soothe them when they miss their parent? These are personality traits. How many of you were extremely shy? Again, personality traits. Many of you were possibly bossy, encouraging, motivating, mean, fun-loving, short-tempered, helpful, funny, or nosy, even back then. Think about how you are now. Do you still carry some of those same traits? Probably so, right? We are who we are until people say we should be different. We are who we are until people redefine who we are according to their standards or guidance. When people live in a box, they want a roommate. If they are afraid to speak, then you should too. Not enough is said about individuality and daring to be different. There's a famous quote, "Who were you before the world told you who you were?" As we go through life, we adapt and adopt the thoughts of others. We begin to define ourselves based on others' visions of and for us. We are taught not to stay true to who we are as young people, which eventually crosses over to adulthood. Our true personalities begin to shift. We are who we are, but we start to question who we are as early as elementary school. Think about the honesty of a child. Children are innocent, born with a clean slate. Our minds are fresh and free until the poison of others begins to infiltrate our thoughts and behaviors. In some cases, it's our teachers, family members, and even our parents who begin to tamper with our thoughts of who we really are. These years are impressionable and informative and have a great influence on a child's molding. The role of a teacher is to teach, encourage, and inspire children. A role of family should be to support, protect, and love a child. A parent has the most influence on a child when they're young. They should instill values, morals, and esteem. They should also support, challenge, encourage, discipline, love, honor, and pour self-love, and much more to enhance a child's life. A parent's job is to help mold a child's beautiful mind, providing strong guidance and allowing children to be free thinkers. The best gift a parent could ever give their children is a gift of their own view and opinion. That's setting a child up to have a voice in this world, and it is priceless. All right, that's part of the first chapter. So that's just the beginning of the book. And these are my thoughts. These are my personal and professional opinions. So I've been doing this for about 20 years, coaching folks and speaking and really, and even a published author. I've been a published author now for maybe about 15 years, a little less. So this is what I do. This is my life's work. This is my heart work. This is what I love to do. I love to help other people see their fullest potential and help people remix their lives. As I say all the time, it's never too late to remix your life. I've remixed my life several times throughout this life. And one day I'll share those stories with you, because when I go around speaking at different events, I share how I was able to remix my life in many different areas. So I practice what I preach, and I am what I preach and what I teach and what I coach. And I think that people like me make the best ones because we're not perfect. We've been through some things. We started over. We remixed our lives. We did a lot of different things to just be where we are today. And again, I'm also 48 years old, so I wasn't born yesterday, clearly. So even through life experiences and through my education and my degrees and my certifications and all of that, but most importantly, because I'm a woman who's experienced life. So that's what it's about. And when I talk about, and I have 2 adult daughters, one 26 and one 20, I taught them to be free thinkers. I gave them permission and gave them the gift of having their own view and their own opinion. And when I talk about that in this book, this is what I mean. This is what I do. I think it's very important because you have to understand what we teach our children is what they will know and see as adults. So providing strong guidance and allowing children to be free thinkers is truly the best gift a parent could ever give their children. It really, really is, because I believe the children are the future. I bet you didn't see that coming, but I really do. So it's just a touch and just a taste of my book, Growth, Grace, and Grow. Let me rewind it. Pray for me, y'all. Growth, Glow, and Grace. A guide to being better, wiser, and more fulfilled. So I thank you so much for allowing me to be there for you. And you are being there for me just by listening, because it's been a rough road. But I am strong and I am shining, and we're shining together throughout life, because I know somebody out there just went through something, or is about to go through something, or just overcame something. That's what it is. That's what life is. You know, it's a constant rotation of going through something, but you got to overcome it, and you got to see how you go through something. Do you go through it gracefully, or do you go through it and grow through it just a mess? So you really want to think about that, because you can still go through something with grace and style. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Shine with Kendell Lenice. Remember, you're a star, so don't allow anyone to dim your shine. Thank you for tuning in. As always, God bless.
Shine with Kendell Lenice. Real talk for real people. Let's shine together.